How's it going, everybody? Student Trader here, and in today's video, take a look at CCIV, OZSC, ZOM, IVR, and MITT. Those are my top 5 stocks for the month of March. So let's go ahead and break down CCIV first here. So you guys know, if you've been trading it, CCIV, Churchill Capital, has been hot ever since the beginning. It's obviously a fairly new ticker. Last year, a beauty spike up, and just kept on riding and stair stepping up, and that's exactly what you want to see in a long-term stock. Now, a commenter on the post today said, "Why not GameStop or AMC?" Because I feel like those aren't really. That's more hype, and it's just not what I want to make. These are my top 5 fundamental technical trades. So that being said, let's continue to break down here CCIV. So we have resistance right here at 35. Man, it's been tough. With 3 to 4 days ago now, it's been $62, and then right now it's currently at 27.82. Obviously, it's been on sale like crazy. I did pick some up. I bought it prematurely, really, and I'm looking at average down. I just wanted to see how low it would go tomorrow and then next week as well. But for the month of March, yeah, and maybe even in April and May, this stock will be back up. Trader plan your own trade. But that's what my prediction is. We do have support at 26.16 as well as 27.39 if we can hold that. But really, tomorrow I'm seeing maybe a green candle right here, and then just continue to just make this wave up. Just boom, right here, push back up to 60, and then end of year maybe $100 PT, and that's what I'm going to say, $100 PT. So once we break out of the $35 resistance at 41, I'm gonna mark that. And all the way up past right here, but those little resistance moving up past the 43 to 50 level. There's a little resistance. And once that 50 level breaks, that's going to be heavy support, since this is a double top or a double bottom right there, excuse me. So we'll go ahead and make this 64 a green dotted line. If you're new to my channel, you would know that, or you wouldn't know, that green dotted lines are the overall price targets, and then yellow dotted lines are high of days. But we don't have any on this chart. But it was still good volume, very volatile. 82 million shares, and for a $30, no, $27, $30 company, that is huge volume, even though it is red. But look at this, guys. The majority of it was green right here. It just in the past 2 days didn't exceed that. So that's another fundamental trade, when the red candles, red volume candles, don't break the green. I'm taking a look at the news now. It was featured in a couple articles today, and the top. Okay, I wanted to show you this too. Also, one more thing, in the description box, it has the timestamps of every stock we'll be talking about today. So right here. So this, I was happy to see that CCIV is on Wall Street Bets is right here. Wall Street Bets is watch list. CCIV is one of the 20, and I'm very pleased. And ZOM, I want to show you that too. And we'll talk about ZOM later, but CCIV is good. The only reason why it fell, the way I'm looking at it, the way I'm reading these news catalyst, excuse me, is because it fell because Lucid Motors, it was all hype for months, saying that will they merge, or couple months, will they merge? And they merged, and it pumped up too quickly. It should have stayed at $25 to $30. So hope you sold it up at 64, hopefully. Yeah, it's a good buyback opportunity. There's a bit of a gap here with little resistance, so nice way to push back up. And I'm very bullish on it, and I do expect this to go to at least 40 in March. So moving on to OZSC here. This is the only stock on the OTC, but it's still a good ticker. I traded this. I made quite a bit of money on it. We feature this in the Patreon at 9 cents. So you guys do the math right there. We featured it at 9 cents, and then it spiked all the way up to 50. So huge congratulations it goes for you, those who caught that one. But take a look at this now. It kind of has that, if you guys know, obviously you probably know Tesla. It has that Tesla chart where it spiked up and just couldn't hold it and then dipped. Obviously OZSC. Well, take a look at the news. I'll show you guys if you don't know, because it is on the OTC. This is okay. So with OZSC, they're kind of Partnering up with companies, just you're partnering up with companies to distribute electric vehicle chargers, and obviously that is huge news for the future. Electric vehicles are hot. They will continue to be hot. You have the big three saying that they're going to be having all electric vehicles by 2030. That's Ford. 2035 is General Motors. It's going to be huge. There's good news. You can pause the video and read any of this catalyst here. Fiat Chrysler. Boom. It's going good. Going real good. Ozope Energy Solutions, OZSC. So for the chart breakdown now, we had the green dot line at 27 cents. That was the PT, and then we clearly broke that. So now the 50 cents as well, and also the 70 cents, 79 cents right here. That's going to be our new PT. And will we hit that in March? I don't know. That's a bit of a stretch, but I feel like, and just with every other electric vehicle, will be hot and continue to be hot moving on. Again, maybe it may not spike up in March, but I do feel trade plan, plan or trade, it will spike up throughout the rest of the year. We have a nice almost double bottom right here at 20 cents, so that's going to be great support. If again, if those who don't know, OTC doesn't trade, or we can't trade it after hours and pre-market, so you only get to trade it during normal trading hours. And with that being said, we have resistance at 23, 25, 27. Really, every cent, a couple cents, is going to be resistance or support. It just is because there's so much volume with this. 1 billion shares, granted that at that time it was only 2 cents, but there's just for the OTC and that much people have eyes on it. I know StockTwits, there's like, I believe 30,000 watchers. That is huge. So it obviously you don't like to see all these red candles, obviously, with what red volume and only a couple of green candles thrown in the mix. But again, with same thing with this one, CCIV. I hope we can get a nice just simple push up, and I feel like we will because of, well, basically what I already said. The electric vehicle sector is going to be hot. If OZSC can have more catalysts saying that they're going to be partnering up with more companies to distribute more electric vehicle chargers. Maybe because if you guys don't know BLNK, Blink Charging, they partnered up with, well, not really partnered up like per se, but they having electric vehicles across some Burger Kings. It was Burger Kings or McDonald's, and that is huge news. So if OZSC can, distribute those BLNK charging, ticker symbol BLNK, to a fast food restaurant, or all of a certain states, rest areas or parks, that's going to be huge on like a normal a road trip. You guys charge your vehicle, and that's going to be huge. And I feel like the first company to do that will be the one to always do it in the future, because that is a huge just money making is right there, just distributed to like all your all estates, all campgrounds. It's going to be charge your car while you're camping. You have to do it, right? Electric vehicle. Come on now, focus up. um, so with that being said, that was OZSC. Moving on to ZOM now. Zomedica. This one is actually on the top of the watch list. I will say this. I should have put it first, but that's okay. It's really good, guys, in my opinion. With the True Former being announced end of March, if not middle of March, I do believe. And then we have earnings coming on right here, 3-4 before market Central Standard Time. That is always going to be good. They just had an offering, 190. What was it? Must have been right here, 2-17. Take a look at the news in a second. Yeah, this can go well past $3. I feel like it can when Trueformer does get released, and you guys know Trueformer will be hot moving into the end of the month. Because okay, I if you watched any of my old videos on ZOM, I talked about how you don't want it to get pumped up like GNUS. GNUS pumped up too quickly, and when the news came the day for the release, it didn't go up so much, and that's obviously not what we want for that big of news, and that's what I feel like Trueforma can do. But I feel like because we didn't pump up, it's going to pump up way higher. And again, don't quote me. Trade your own plan. Plan your own trade. ZOM will be good. Good fundamentals. Look at all these supports right here at $1.33, $1.64. Today's support at $1.80 with earnings coming up. The news, it's going to be hot. And the offering, ZOM is going to be good. Just remember, trade your plan, plan your trade. Just get a couple shares, get a couple hundred shares. It's a fairly cheap, low risk. Remember to set your stop loss though to cover yourself and set a max target. I say I'm putting a PT on this one at $5 when True Former does get released, and maybe even end of year $5 PT. Moving on to IVR, IVR and MITT are probably the most long-term trade that is on this video we talked about here. With pre-COVID, it was, look at this, a nice steady low risk position, a low of 13 and a high of 18 right before the huge tank. This can be multiple hundreds% returns. Again, it may take 5 years. Obviously, I hope it doesn't. But look at this company. This company was steadily bringing in income. Look at all these green. And it wasn't until COVID hit that really just shake things up for the worst. Negative $10. That is not good. But we are, look at this. Oh, and divvies. Divvies are coming back to this negative 50 cents dividends. It's going to be huge. Right now, they're only paying out 8 cents dividends, but obviously, once it's okay, I will say this. I mentioned this in the Patreon group. This company is great as long as it doesn't go bankrupt. Obviously, anything can happen with the company. They lost earnings. They have to, get this revenue back, and I feel like they can because they did this quarter. We'll have to see what happens second quarter and really third and fourth the rest of the year. And even in next year, don't trade it till next year. It's still going to be hot. It may only be $12, and that you still get a nice $6 play on per share. And speak about dividends, with constantly paying out 42, 42, 42, another one 45, and then pushing up to 50-cent dividends. That is huge. The closest PT we can give right now is 839, and then the high up there at 1830. This 839 was obviously a pump and dump. You don't want to see it. You want to see a nice stair step up. And I feel like it's a good time to get in right here. We may see another dip back down to the 360s, but really, it's gonna be good. Earnings were good. They paid out the dividends. Taking a look at the news on this one, it had 59 cents beat the 6-cent estimate. Again, you guys can pause the video and read any of these catalysts here. It's good. It's good. It's real good. See, obviously, okay. With this quarter, with restrictions still in effect, and with the stimulus check, they only had the two, but now they're talking about the one. I feel like IVR and with MITT having a better looking chart with a high of 1969, that was in July 2nd of 19, and before the crash it was only $16, but even they were paying 50-cent dividends, 45, and they just paid a 3-cent. And a better looking chart right here, again with the pump and dump right here, it looks like we have resistance at 570. And okay, so if you can afford, it's only well, let's see, IVR was at 380 today. Yeah, 384, and then MITT is right now is at 443. So a couple cents different. Oh, actually, quite a lot different there. And if you can't afford it, I would go with the IVR. But if you're on a if you're trying to get more share sizes, IVR. But if you're looking for less risky return, I would go MITT, and they're having earnings the 4-29. They're just steady points to break, and I feel like we can. This is going to be a level to break the $10 level. That's going to be huge, and then as well as the 16. Same thing with that VR. This may take a couple years to go back up to 19, but it's going to be a less risky return, than rather going in GameStop where you could lose thousands of dollars in seconds. And that's what I like. That's what I trade. Low risk, high reward, and that's what IVR, and MITTR. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope I didn't ramble on too much. This is the longest video I ever made, but I really wanted to break things down. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if I should stop doing these, just do the normal chart reviews. I'm trying to branch out on the videos I do make. Definitely join the Patreon if you want calls like this. Like, we let you know about MITT, the dip, and then even we looked it up at the 270. We said it was underpriced, and you could have got a nice $2 per share. And CCIV, well, many people are trading CCIV and ZOM. I personally am trading OZSC, IVR, MITT, and CCIV right now, and I'm looking to get in Zoom in a couple weeks or so when it starts to settle down and the true forma. Oh, no, actually, no. 3-4, I'm looking to get in on the ZOM because of the earnings play. Maybe sell that, take some profit off the table, which is always a good thing to do, and then hop back in for the release of the true forma. Guys, I'm not a pump and dumper. I like taking profit when I have. Trade your own plan your own trade. Like, comment, and subscribe if you didn't already. Like I said, guys, give me some feedback in the comment section. I do read all of your comments, and I try to reply to most of them. All right, see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.